Those are live and interactive, but they will be archived. And it's a great program. But that'll be here this Saturday. Enough about that. Next, I want to introduce, what's your name?
George.
George. I want to introduce George Spencer. I want to introduce Spencer. Tonight I'm not going to go around the room to get everybody's name. We've got too many people going here. You can talk later on. And Spencer has, for those of you who don't know him, Spencer's been in the business for 20 years,
At
if not
least.
longer. He's a flipper. He works Bandit Signs, which that's part of what they teach over at Flippin' You. And he has found anything from two of the properties he has right now. He has one that is $25,000.
Yep.
It's a 2-1.
2-1 with
over
another.
East Fort
yeah.
Myers, all the way up to you closed on a 1.9 million.
Friday I'm closing on a 1.7 and it's worth 4.2.
So we will get you in at any level you want to get in. My hope is y'all want to go up to the $1 million place. But we'll teach you how to do whatever you want. So meanwhile, other than that, he's very humble, but Spencer has made himself a very free man through real estate.
Thank you, sir.
And his family is their retirement's already done. He does it for fun now. He does it to support my family. So if you would, real quick, if you put your name, email on here. We have some goodies. We have a sheet that what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this out again tonight. A lot of people tell me they're not getting emails. I've set up a site that'll be done by Friday. That I will give you that address next week. That'll be a site that you just go and download all this stuff. So I got tons and tons of stuff for free stuff for investors. So without further ado, Spencer, I left you 7 minutes.
Good job.
Do whatever you need. Spencer,
All right,
thank you.
First question. You know, the reason why Mike and I are putting this together, it's not like we're wanting to start another RIA, another. That ain't it. It's about taking the people that want to get involved in real estate and get them out there, get it working, get the phone start to ring, because that's the key. If you get into real estate, you don't have signs, you're not going to the meetings, and your phone is not ringing, you're not going to make money, folks. So what we do is we show you how to get the phone to ring. That's the first thing. Then you'll faint and have a nosebleed, and that's okay. We'll wake you up, and we'll show you how to call them back and how to make money with that phone call. And with that, I've taught this kind of business with Donald Trump, with Robert Kiyosaki, Russ Whitney, and all those, and I charge quite a bit of money. That was 15, 18 years ago, but then I got involved here locally. We got a great market, guys. I've been doing this close to 25 years. I could live anywhere. I really could. I could go anywhere I want. And I choose to live here because I did my research, and there's no other place, and just in my humble opinion, that there's a better market. Phoenix is there, Vegas is kind of there. My father lives in Phoenix, and he's tried to get me out there. I said, Dad, if you can prove to me that it's a better market there, I'll move there. But he couldn't, because this was back in 01 and 2000. He was trying to get me out there. You guys should be very happy that we are in a great market. Understand there's real estate cycles. And if you're in a sand state, which we are, it's going to cycle. And in here, in my opinion, every 10, 11 years is your real estate cycle. If you can pinpoint the real estate cycles, and you just go back in history and find out where we were at the top of the market, where we're at the bottom of the market. I'm coming up on my third market in real estate. And if you recognize that, you'll know when to buy, and then sell a few at the top. Buy, sell a few at the top. You can't never sell all your, because that's your retirement. I have a pretty decent retirement, and the only reason it is I've known when to buy low and to sell high, and then also keep the lower cost ones that give me a greater ROI, return on your investment. It's not about the money. You got to look at your return on your investment. How much money did I put up? What's my return and what's my cash flow? That's important. And it's not about pride of ownership. Pride of ownership is, look at that beautiful house I got. Yeah, it's costing you every month, but you're proud of it. That ain't it. Okay. It's about investing in a good neighborhood, decent neighborhood, blue collar neighborhood, having a working class couple in there, and paying you on time, and that produces your cash flow. In the room, who in the room has done a rent-to-own lease option themselves? Okay, I got a couple people. I've done a couple myself. Is that okay? Yeah, you know, and that's how I got started. I love the idea because everybody know where Palm Tree Boulevard is in Cape Coral? Yeah, back in, I think it was 99, I did one of my first deals. Well, I did many before that, but I did my first lease option deal as an older gentleman. Later I found out he had 7 paid-for homes on that street. And he asked me at the time, he goes, well, son, can you make a payment of $750 a month? And I'm like, yes, sir. What do you got to put down? I said, $3,500. And I was buying the house for $68,000, which is a pretty good deal. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. As you guys know, that area it's older homes, built in 60s, 70s. It was a nice little house. So that was my wife and I's first deal. Lease option, by the way. We did other deals. And we moved in, and all of a sudden, 2-3 months later, the bank called and said, hey, Spence, I got that house on the water you've been looking for. And I'm like, yeah, you know, so I'm excited. Yeah, you guys know where Bellotto is across the street from the school? There, if you go down Bellotto, all the way down to the water, turn right, and there's a house there that I bought right on the water from the bank. And I said, great. What I'll do is I'll call my seller, and I'll just do a sandwich lease option, or I'll rent it out, and then I can move over to the home on the river. Is that okay? Yeah, sure. Well, unfortunately, I called the guy, and he's about 85 years old, and his attorney advised him not to let me sublet. And that's okay. You know, I was kind of heartbroken because I wanted to keep that asset because, as you know, the market was starting to go up back then. So I had to go ahead and put it on the market and sold it, and I did make $8,000. And I'll show you how that's done through working with lease options. The reason I love lease options, doing it for ourselves, is there's no credit check and there's no mortgage recorded on your credit. Fantastic. And if you can find the money, whether you got money to put down or you've got an asset to put down. I had a Corvette then. I even considered giving him the title. He said, yeah, I would do that. But I had the money, luckily, and I did it. So there's all kind of ways to do those kind of deals. For those in the room who has, as an investor, done a lease option or rent-to-own to another person? Okay, I got one. That's it? Couple? Okay, great. It's a great way to go. And once again, in my opinion, right now and then over the last year has been the best time to do a rent-to-own lease option, because we've still got folks out there, their credit's a little bruised. A lot of them still have not made a payment on their home for 5, 6, 7 years. It's crazy. If I ever did it, they cut me off in 3 months.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, you got to pay your payment.
Yeah.
But these guys are hanging out, still waiting there. And the smart ones, at least they're putting a little money aside. They're not spending all their money. So those are the people that are actually teetering, going, you know what, I better get looking for another home. I'm a homeowner, I really don't want to rent. So this is a great option for them to get back into home ownership and get them set. So further ado, let's just go in here. One thing I want to talk about is when you're investing out there, I always call it higher and better use. So what we want to do is we want to convert what's there existing, and how do I convert that space to make me a higher income? And I'm always looking at that. I've got a number of you that I know in the room that have done this as well. And basically this house here, back in 05, I sold a lot of my properties, most of them in 05, because in my opinion, that was the top of the market. I was a little early. I think I could have waited another 6, 8 months, but I sold most of my properties in 05. I made quite a bit of money, and we moved to North Georgia. I told my wife, hey, the market's going to reset. I knew it. That was our second time around. And she, of course, my wife said, well, when's it going to reset? I said, honey, if I knew that, we'd be multimillionaires, not just millionaires. And I said, I figure it's going to be 3 to 5 years. So let's count on 3 to 5 years. We had about $1 million or so, and I figured we had plenty of money. But this is one of our first homes we bought in Georgia. It was a nice 2-story, had a basement downstairs, and had 3-bedroom, 2-bath upstairs. It cost me $130,000. It was cheap. So I said, all right, great. Now, converting the space. What I did is I went downstairs, I converted this to a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and now I had a driveway cut in here. That was their front door. I had kept this driveway for these folks, because they had a nice door in the back, that's how they entered their space. So I've literally created another $750 a month cash flow by converting this home into like a duplex. Okay, so that's just something to think about when you're looking at property. Same thing here, I have a cabin up in Maine, and what I did, it's on 3 acres, but downstairs is a basement down here, and I converted that and I rent it out seasonally as a vacation kind of a home. Just things to think about. We do lease options on anything, guys. We have a single family home, a brick home, a CBS home, a wood home. We have manufactured homes. We have mobile homes. I just bought a mobile home park here in North Fort Myers. And I'm renting out most of them, but I'm also doing what's called owner financing, lease options. I got one that I'm doing tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow I'm signing a lease option with someone, and we're going to give them a chance to be able to get them their own financing within 3 years. And it's very similar to that. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath mobile home. They're going to give me a little bit of money down, a couple grand down, and it costs me. She's not in the room. That's good. It cost me $3,000. I'm selling it to her for $42,000. Is that a good deal?
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. I can do that time and time again. Now, can you do that straight out sale every time? No. But what you're going to find out about lease options, you can create money out of thin air with a lease option, helping somebody else out that's renting right now, that needs a helping hand. And that's what it's all about, guys. And that's what I love about real estate. When you help other folks get where they want to go, you can certainly get where you want to go. And once again, we all know about these homes. That's the first home that built thousands of them here in Lee County. And I've got a couple of these in Cape Coral. And we're going to talk about a couple of deals. I think you guys want to know, hey, let's talk about a few deals that Spencer has done. I'll share with you the numbers, exactly what I paid for them, what we got them, and what we sold for, what's the cash flow. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. Great. Here's another house I was looking up in Georgia. That's my brother-in-law. He's a lot heavier today, unfortunately. He's a good old boy. I built some new homes up in Georgia. You know, new builds are coming back, as you guys know. The permits are up. If you guys been down to the city hall, the permits are going through the roof now. I think it's going to be very exciting. We all know right now is the time. I think I'll be up front with you. It is a little late to make the big bucks across the board. But is there always good deals out there every day? Always good deals out there, guys. But when I came back in 10, it was ridiculous what the stuff was selling for. It was ridiculous. But it's still always a good time to get into real estate. It's always deals to be had. So that's why we're here. What we want to do is run an ad. Now, a couple of ways to run your ads. Everybody know what the shopper is? Mm-hmm. I'll be up front with you. 10, 15 years ago, I used to run an ad in the shopper. I'd get 40 calls. Now, what do I use today, guys? What would you use today to advertise that ad? Craigslist. That thing is phenomenal. It's free. And I get 10, 15 calls a day off my ads. I have many different ads, 7 ads, and they say different things. Of course, I'm doing several different things at one time, but one of them that you can run on your ad is rent-to-own lease option.